Okay, so we'll do Kiddush downstairs, but we are early enough to light the Shabbat lights. Does anybody want to come up here and say the blessing with me? Okay. Now remember, once the lights are lit, it's Shabbat, and so we kind of do, we cover our eyes to pretend that we just see the lights for the first time, and that's why we do this. So, and I'll watch her. Gather the light to us, and we'll cover our eyes. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chaleiner shel one other prayer I wanted to do tonight, and it's not usually done on Shabbat, but we're all here and we're all able to gather. And so I wanted to do the Shechianu prayer because thanking God for bringing us to this time. We're here and others are not. So Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehegianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. And I also lit a special candle. Last night we had a special service for those who were no longer living in Pittsburgh. And so this candle represents their Shekinah, their spirit. We also have their names up here. Tonight we'll read them when we say Kaddish. These 11 were the ones that didn't make it. These two are two that were hurt from the synagogue, and these 6 are six responders and policemen who came to the aid of the congregants who got hurt. They, luckily, that column, they're still alive. So we're going to start our Kabbalat Shabbat with, we'll start with Yadid Nefesh, found on page 252. And let me see if I can find it in this transliteration. It's in the yellow. It's in the yellow section. So. Yedid nefesh of Rachman, Yedid nefesh of Rachman, Meshochav dach, Meshochav dach, la 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 la, El Ratzonach. Yarutza avdach kemo ayah yishtachave la 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 el muhadara. We continue with Yismachu, found on page 256 at the top box. And we can do a little clapping. So follow me along, pounding on your book or tapping on the seat in front of you. It works out However, Yismachu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismachu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismachu Hashamayim, V'togel Haaretz. Yismachu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismachu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismachu Hashamayim, V'togel Haaretz. Yiram Hayam, Yiram Hayam, Yiram Hayam, Umalo, Yiram Hayam, Yiram Hayam, Yiram Hayam, Umalo. In the bottom box, Or Zaruach, light is stored for the righteous, joy for the honorable. Let the righteous rejoice in the Lord, praising his holy name. And that was still on page 256. Or Zaruach, La Tzadik, Ulishrei Lev Simcha. Or Zaruach, La Tzadik, Ulishrei Lev Simcha. Or Zaruach, La Tzadik, Ulishrei Lev Simcha. La 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 Simcha. Or Zaruach, La Tzadik, Ulishrei Lev Simcha. La 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 Simcha. We'll continue with Lachadodi, found on 262. And Jews consider Shabbat like a Sabbath bride, like a bride. We welcome the bride and we give all the ceremony that we can do. On the last verse, which we have on 264, we'll rise and face the back of the sanctuary to welcome the Sabbath bride as if she were just coming in to the sanctuary. So we'll start on 262. Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nikabela. Shemor v'zochor b'dibur echad, hishmi'anu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, l'shem tiferet v'litila, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nikabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor habracha, merosh mekedem nisucha, sof maaseh b'mashava tehila, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nikabela. 264. Bo'i v'shalom ateret bala, gam bat simcha u'tzachala, toch emunei am segula. Bo'i chala, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nikabela. You may be seated. We've done our preliminary singing. Well, let's just do one other song. The kids know this, and this is one that we do with sign language. Remember our Shabbat Shalom one? So Friday night, this represents the sun. Remember, you do this very well. Okay, the sun, and this is the horizon. And what happens when the sun goes down below the horizon? The sun is setting. Okay, you guys remember it? So this arm out, other arm. There you go. This arm up. Put your fingers. Can you do that? Just like that. And look at that. It looks like the sun, doesn't it? Okay. And it's very simple. It goes Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom. And that's all it is. Very good. Thank you. Okay. I think we're good. We're watching. Very good. So we've got our call to worship. Starting Borchu. You guys can do Borchu too, can't you? Come here. Come with me. Away from the candles. Perfect. So Borchu is found on page 279. Okay, that's good. Please rise. Sorry. Very distracted today. Sorry. Okay, ready to go? Yes. Okay. We're going to bend our knees. Go. Baruch et Adonai Kamavorah. Baruch Adonai Kamavorah. Le'olam va'ed. Now we're doing it again. Baruch Adonai Kamavorah. Le'olam va'ed. You may be seated.
You may be seated.
Okay, you want to go down with the program? Not too good on stairs yet. Okay, it's all right. Okay, so we praise God for creation. God created, and we've just gone through the creation story. Okay, we've just gone through the creation story in the Torah, and so we thank God for creating. So we'll turn to page. We'll turn to page 281, and we'll just read the middle paragraph together. 281. I am weak before the wind, before the sun I faint, I lose my strength. I am utterly vanquished by a star. I go to my knees at length. Before the song of a bird, before the breath of spring or fall, I am lost. Before these miracles, I am nothing at all. El Chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ari v'aravim. After God created us, He gave us Torah, and Torah is it's the most sacred book that the Jews have, and so we always thank God for Torah. We'll do the prayer together at the top of 282. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael amchavta Torah u'mitzvot hukimu mishpatim otanu lemadeta al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shachveinu uvkumeinu nasiya b'chukecha v'nishmach b'divrei Toratecha uv'mitzvot Votecha laolam va'ed ki heim hayenu v'yorech yomenu uvahem negev yomam v'layla v'ahavatcha atasir mimenu le'lamim baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. And what I think is so special about Torah is every Jew has the opportunity to read Torah, and in just 1 minute we're going to be saying the V'ahavta, but we're troping it. So we're doing it as if we're reading from the Torah. I think that's very special because in some religions, the only person that knows all of this stuff is the high priest or the rabbi or something like that. And in Judaism, we can touch the Torah. Simchas Torah, we were up at the Torah, and everybody got called to the Torah. It was really special. So I think that it's very special that we all own Torah, and not just the priests or the rabbis or something, the Kohanes and the Levites. We all own Torah. We'll continue on with the Shema. That's the watchword of our faith, and it talks about one God. Do you guys remember the sign language for that?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? I'll review. Okay, so Shema, it says hear, but it's not just hear. Everybody hears things. But Shema is hear and focus. Really focus. So hear and focus. Shema. Yisrael. So Yisrael are people. So we're going to do our P. People of the book. And what's the book?
The Torah.
Just what we were just talking about, the Torah, people of the book. I think that's a wonderful symbol for Israel. Used to be this. They're talking about little, and I think you might have had to hunch over and do it. It was talking about little old Yiddish guys, with their beard, but now it's people of the book. Adonai, there's so many names for God, but Adonai, the symbol for this is like a king. I don't know why, because we do call God Melech, but Adonai. And where is God?
Up there and down there.
Down there and everywhere. So Eloheinu is up there and down here. And Adonai again. And how many are there gods? One. And you just go whip that right around and just out there. Okay. So we're ready to go. You guys want another little practice?
No.
Okay. So we'll do it very slowly. Shema is found on page 284. Okay. So, and we can sing with us. Okay. So, Shema Yisrael. Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chal levavcha uv'chal nafshecha uv'chal meodecha v'hayu ha'dvarim ha'elech asher anochi metzavacha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam B'shiftecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'aderech uv'shachbecha uv'kumecha uv'shartam liot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha. Let's read the paragraph on 285 together. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. And these words which I command you this day, you shall take to heart. You shall diligently teach them to your children. You shall recite them at home and away, morning and night. You shall bind them as a sign upon your hand, and they shall be a reminder above your eyes. And you shall inscribe them upon the doorposts of your homes and upon your gates. Normally the Shema would continue where we talk about if you follow these commandments, all the commandments in the Torah, God will give you rain in the proper season and sunshine, and you'll have an ample harvest. If not, God will not give you these things. And the third paragraph of Shema talks about the fringes, the tzitzit. But we won't do that tonight. We'll do that another night. So the prayer after Shema thanks God for being the Redeemer of Israel, a Redeemer of the people Israel. And so we'll continue just at 290 with Micha Mocha. Again, this was the song that Moses sang at the sea before it parted. So let's start. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai. Micha mocha nedor ba'kodesh. Noro tehilot osefelech. Malchutecha ra'uvanecha bokeh yam livnei Moshe zeli anu v'yamru Adonai yimloch la'olam va'ed v'ne'emar kifada Adonai et Yaakov ugalo miyad hazak mimenu baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael, Redeemer of the people Israel. And the final prayer of Kriyat Shema of that whole section, we thank God for peace and protection. And so we will just do the 4 words. They're underneath the, it's on page 292. Let's see if we have that in this little booklet. No? 292. No, I'm sorry. But, so we're going to do Ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shalomecha. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. So we'll start right now. Ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shalomecha Ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shalomecha. Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Just walk beside me and be my friend, and together we will walk in the way of Hashem. Ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shalomecha. 294. So this is in Exodus, this little piece, talks about the people Israel shall observe Shabbat to maintain it as an everlasting covenant through all generations. We've been doing Shabbat for many years, many, and hopefully it will go on for many more after that. So we'll rise for Vishamru on page 294, and we'll go straight into the Kaddish. Okay, please rise. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat, l'dorotam barit olam, beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shemayim v'et ha'aretz uvayom hashvi'i shovat vayinofash uvayom hashvi'i shovat vayinofad. Yitkada v'yitkada shemei rabba b'yam hadivrach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayedecha beit Yisrael ba'gala uv'isman karim v'yimeru Yishei shmei rabba mevorach Le'olam yomaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpo'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitada v'yitaleh shemei l'kudisha b'reichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran b'yama v'yimeru. Amen. Now, normally we would be doing the Amida here, which is a silent prayer. Both Rabbi Goldstein and Rabbi Jack always tell us that we're allowed to have our own prayers up to God. Usually we're not asking for things. Thanking God probably is more appropriate on a Shabbat. So whatever in your heart, if you want to read the Amida, it's from 296 to 303. That's up to you. But if you have a prayer that you want to, talk to God, say what a good week you had, or whatever. It was just Halloween, so you probably got lots of trick-or-treating things, so you might want to thank God for that. But 296 to 303. Okay, join me with the Oseh Shalom on page 302. It's in the yellow book. Oseh Shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimaru, amen. Oseh Shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimaru, amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, v'yimaru, amen. One of the things that I thanked God for was this beautiful congregation. We are all a family. Even though we are not related by blood, we are actually related by blood. And you're my special family, and I'm glad we're here to celebrate tonight, Shabbat. And sorry, I get a little bit emotional, but I love this congregation, and even though the Tri-Cities is not my daughter, we were at a bar mitzvah last week, and my daughter said, why would I go to the Tri-Cities? There's no concert, there's no museums, but there's my family is here, you know, and so that's means an awful lot to me. Pardon me? And some of you even came back. That says something. Very good. We will rise for Kaddish Shalom. Kaddish breaks up the services, so we're now done with the middle part of the service, and we've done a little preliminary. We had a little bit of service. We had the Amida. We're saying Kaddish Shalom, and we're just on the downhill slide. But we're going to rise on page for 314. Vayachulu talks about Shabbat. And I'll sing that. It's not in the little prayer book, but Kaddish Shalom on page 316 is. So please rise. Vayachulu hashemayim v'haaretz v'chol sevaram vayachol Elohim b'yom hashvi malakto asher asa vayishbot b'yom hashvi mikol malakto asher asa vayavorech Elohim et yom hashvi Kadesh Oto, Kivo Shabbat Mikol Malachto, Asher Bara Elohim La'aso. Kaddish Shalom 316. Yitkada v'yitkada shemei rabba b'yam divrach hirtei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon v'yomechon u'b'keilo b'Yisrael b'gala u'b'zman karim v'imaru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevora le'olam yomaya yitbarach yishtabach Vid po'ar, vid roman, vid nase, vid adar, vid ale, vid halal, shemeda kudisha, brechu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, damiran biyama, v'maru, amen. Titkabel tzlot hon v'hon, dichal Yisrael, kadama v'hon, diva shemayim v'imaru, amen. Yahei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim oleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imaru, amen. Oseh Shalom b'imrumav, hu yaseh Shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imaru, amen. You may be seated. Jen has Jen wrote this morning and said that she has seen a couple connections between the Parshas from last week and this, and she volunteered to give a little talk about it, a little Devar Torah. So please welcome Jen. You can go either place. Just make sure you're speaking into the microphone.
Hello.
Okay, just because you're so tall, you need it up there.
Sorry. I don't know which one's working. Okay.
They both are.
So, who knows the Torah portion for this week? Nobody. Oh, you do?
Is it about the ark?
The Ark? Not quite. We passed that one. No, but pretty close. So we went through. The one last week was about hospitality. This week, a little much of a stretch, but it was about the life of Sarah. So if you look in the Torah, it's about the life of Sarah, and they decided to then try and find Isaac, who is Sarah's son, a wife. So who knows who Sarah is? Is it just some random Sarah? Is it one of the Sarahs that we know? Lily?
Like in Sarah and Rebecca, Rachel and Leah?
Yes,
Very good.
yes, one of those people. Who was Sarah married to?
Isaac?
No, not quite. Not quite. That's her son.
Then I don't know.
Yes, Logan.
Abraham?
Abraham, very good.
I just remembered.
Yeah, so if you're someone who converted to Judaism, when you say who your parents are, it's Avraham Sarah, because those are the parents of the people of Israel. Okay? So with Sarah, she had passed at this point, and they had to, bury her and move on. But one of the happy things that they decided to do is find Isaac a wife. So if you were going to go about and find somebody, how would you figure that out? You have to go meet people. But when you first meet somebody, what do you look for? Compatibility. Beauty, okay. Inside beauty. So how would you evaluate that inside beauty? Kindness. So when you go so basically what Abraham did was Abraham had to kind of take care of things at home, on the home front. So he sent one of his servants out to go find Isaac a wife. And so the servant was like, well, how do I figure this one out? I don't know anybody there. He couldn't just, nowadays you could probably be like, hey, do you know somebody in Kennewick?
You do
Maybe
J-date. You do
Right.
J-date.
Right, you could do J-date. There are lots of different things. But back then, they didn't have cell phones. They didn't really have, you couldn't mail a postcard to a bunch of people. That didn't quite exist. There weren't that many people as far as I know. So, how do you figure this out? You kind of have to get into not your horse and buggy, but you had to go and find these people, right? So you go and then you don't have that much time, right? You only have so much food on your horse, and you have to figure out, you kind of have to speed date in a way, but you're doing this on behalf of somebody else, so it's really complicated. And so you had to rely on evaluating their inner beauty. So back then, you couldn't really go to the grocery store, so you kind of need water to cook. So the servant decided to go where all the women were picking up water. They were filling their big jugs with water. And so what do you think he did? He just kind of hung out there for a while. So if we were going by inner beauty, he'd be like, her, this person. But, what's the quickest way to find the inner beauty? Test them. And how would you test them, Abby?
Talking to them.
Talking to them. That's great. So would you, what would you ask? You'd be like, hey, what's your favorite color?
Probably not.
No. Lily,
What do you like?
what do you like?
And then you could find out what was similar.
That's very good. Find some commonality with these people, right? These people that you don't know, and you have to kind of figure out who these people are. So when you've been journeying a really long way, let's say you rode an airplane for a really long time. Are you kind of hungry?
Yeah.
Are you a little thirsty? Especially when you have water right there. You'd be like, yeah, can I have some water? So, he sat there and was kind of like, oh, I've traveled for so long. Oh, I'm so thirsty. And the first person who came over and said, hey, you seem thirsty. You came a long way, was a person named anybody? One of the other women. had a whole list of them. Nobody? Yes, Abby?
Rebecca?
Very good. Rebecca came over and was like, you seem thirsty. So, and was like, if you traveled a long way, what do you have to go find? What if you're away from home? What do? Do you plan just a day trip? Especially when you're trying to find someone a wife? Would you? No? No? What would you need? Maddie.
Food, water, and shelter.
Shelter. So then, Rebecca's like, well, here, have some water. Let me fill your cup. Gave the servant some water and said, would you like a place to stay? Would you then think that this person is very kind? Yes, absolutely. So then the servant was like, I think I got a great one for Isaac. So he went over there. Oh, and yeah, she's thirsty or something. I don't know. So went over there and got a place to stay and got to talk to Rebecca's dad and was like, well, there's this great guy named Isaac back home. Would you like to go meet him? And she was like, sure, why not? I probably nowadays it would be slightly different of a process, but yeah. But in all of this, I think what's really important is that, we started this week's Torah portion with Sarah's death, Sarah's burial. It was very, very sad. And, things happen. We just started the Torah for the year. And it's, you would think we started with Genesis, the beginning of the creation of the universe, and was all really exciting and happy. And already this early on in the Torah, we kind of hit a speed bump. It was sad, with the loss of Sarah. And it sounds like even in the portion that Isaac was pretty sad. You would be sad too if you lost someone you really cared about who was really central to your community. And even though that would occur, you kind of have to see the bright side. You have to move on. See forward, how you can make your world a better place. And in order to do that, you have to be kind. You have to show kindness to your community. When there are new people you don't know, you want to be kind to them. People you've never met before, you want to be kind to them. Because those different connections and that kindness will go a really, really long way. So there are lots of other things in this week's portion that I decided not to cover. But, I think that's the main takeaway, given, all the events of this week. Given the things that are going on, you want to be a positive part of your community. You want to be involved. You want to show that hospitality and that kindness, because hopefully by doing that, and at least in this case, as you'll find in a few weeks, I think it's in a few weeks, that's how we got the 12 tribes of Israel. And that's how the Jewish people came to be. So.
Yeah. Thank you, Jen. Actually, last week, one of the my nephew was bar mitzvahed in Spokane, and his big thing was about hospitality. And so Rebecca did show a great amount of kindness and hospitality by giving water and food and such. Thank you, Jen. That was very nice. Very, very nice. We'll conclude our service with a Leinu found on page 320. We'll rise. Aleinu l'shabea le'adon hako la'tekedu la liotze bereshi shalo asan kirei harotzon v'lo samanu kamishpachot adama shalo sam helkenu kahem v'go roleinu kakohamona v'anachnu koreim umishtakavim umodim Livnei Melech, Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shehu Notei Shamayim v'Yotzei Haaretz, U'Moshe Yikarom B'Shamayim Mima'al, U'Shkina Tuso, V'Gavhei Meromim, U'Eloheinu Eino, Ememakeinu Efesulato, Kakatu, Betorato, Vidatayam, Vahashavata, Alavabecha, Ki Adonai, Hu Elohim, Bashamayim imo, v'oretz, v'oretz, mitachat, ein od, ein od. Kakatu v'torah techa, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, v'nemar, v'haya Adonai, l'melech ha'oretz, v'yom ha'hu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, u'shemo echad. And we'll remain standing for the Kaddish. Dan, do you have the list from Jerry? We recall with affection those who no longer walk this earth, grateful to God for the gift of their lives, for their sweet companionship, and for the cherished memories which endure. May God comfort all who mourn. May He grant them strength to see beyond their sorrow and to sustain them in their grief, in solemn testimony to that unbroken faith which links our generations one to another. Those observing Yahrzeit and those who mourn rise to declare their faith in God, to magnify and sanctify God's holy name. In our year of mourning, we remember Rhoda Berg, Martha Franco Kennedy, Sarah Slackman, Sidney Lanter, Gertrude Glasson, Melvin Firestone, Paula Garland, Mary Fisher. We also will remember Joyce Feinberg, Richard Gottfried, Rose Mallinger, Jerry Rabinowitz, Cecil and David Rosenthal, Bernice Simon, Sylvan Simon, Daniel Stein, Melvin Wax, and Irving Younger. This week for Parsha Chaya Sarah, we remember Abraham Susan, brother of Phoebe DeLay, Charles Jacob Friedman, father of Vicky Friedman, Madeline Field, Pearl Rubin, mother of Robert Rubin, Robert Brandon. Next week, Parsha Toldot, we'll remember Arthur Kozman and Eugene V. Elkins. Are there any other names that we need to remember? Apparently there was an Israeli family that the entire family was killed in a car crash in Israel. Atar? Okay, and that was the parents and 6 children, and yeah, and then there were 2 people killed in another event that was, I think, right after the synagogue event. So. Your mother, sorry, that should be on there. Okay. Any other names you want to mention? Okay. 324 is the Kaddish. 324. Yitkadal v'yitkada shemei Rabbah, Bialma divra hirute v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon v'yomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, Ba'agalav Vizman Karim V'imaru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mivarach Leolam Olmei Omaya. Yit Barach Vish Tabach Vit Poar Vit Roman Vit Nase. Vit Hadar Vitale Vitale Vishmei Kudisha Barichu. Le'ela Min Kol Birchata Vishirata. Tush Bechata V'nechemata. Daniran Bi'alma V'imru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'imrumav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. May their lives have been for a blessing. You may be seated. Any special request for our closing? Kids, anything? Well, I know, but I was wondering if we could do David Melech, we can do, is there one that, Lindsay, is there one that the kids do in Sunday school that, no? Okay, what? David Melech? Okay, now, if you're going to do David Melech, if you're going to do a Don Olam, you know me, gotta use the hand signals. Okay, so, okay. So, David Melech Israel, Hi, Vikayam, David Melech Israel. Hi Vikayam, David Melech Yisrael, 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 Hi Vikayam. Thank you. Okay, so somebody asked me tonight why I had a mazel tov and why I'm so distracted tonight. At 4:30 tonight, we just took keys. We got possession of our new home. So a little distracted is needless to say, and there's been a lot going on this week. I was at a bar mitzvah last weekend, and so I apologize if I was ditzy out there. I mean, more than usual. So thank you all for coming tonight. We have services tomorrow at 10. Nothing tomorrow night, right? Okay. Sunday school at 10 on Sunday, and then there's going to be a vigil at John Dam Plaza at 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Everybody's welcome, and tell people that it's open to the public, and so I'd like to have a big crowd. Next week, Rabbi Goldstein will be here, so we will have another early Shabbat. We'll have a potluck then, and so next Friday is early Shabbat and potluck. The following week is, I don't know if I put it as early Shabbat, but that's our regular potluck night, and I can't remember if I said to have early services. I think it's just regular services the third Friday night. And then the fourth Friday night is the Friday after Thanksgiving. And so I thought we would do a quick in and out service on Friday the 22nd or 23rd, whatever that Friday is. So it's going to be quick, 5:30 to about 6:15. I'm going to ask, I think we won't even have an onig that night because people have family at home, so quick on the Thanksgiving. So the only late one is actually is the third Friday night. Plus on the third Saturday night we will have a movie. And what's the movie? Defiance. Okay. And then I think we were having Jews and Brews, but we aren't now, are we? Or are we?
We are. Check the Google one. Google's online.
Okay.
Should be published soon.
Okay. Good. Hey, it's only the first. I mean, this is pretty good. Oh, it's the second. Yeah, that's right. Second. Hey, it's still pretty good. Yeah. What? Potluck is on the 9th. It's next weekend with the Rabbi Goldstein here.
5:30 services.
Right. 6 o'clock potluck or so. Yeah. So, okay. Any other announcements?
No membership meeting.
Oh, yes. Well, no. There's a board meeting on Sunday what? The 11th? Okay. Sunday the 11th, there's a board meeting, and then there's a general congregation meeting on the 16th of December, I believe. So it's all in the Bagel Bugle. This is off the top of my head, so remember how I am tonight. So Shabbat Shalom. We'll go downstairs and have Kiddush. What? No, we did David Melech. So that was our closing hymn. And again, there we were calling Kings. Okay. Naomi, thank you for the house. She's not service. Fabrics, are you sewing? It's all right. Oh, yeah. For what? Just, we actually, we were there at 20 to 5. I left there at 5 o'clock. No, he said dancing. No, we I have to have ours. I have a few things we have. We got the first bar signature. I don't know. It doesn't look as big as I thought it was. Yeah, yeah. And it's not a one level like I wanted.
Spent all day building. Yep.
I need to go back in the